Okay, so we discuss about type of cloud technologies. We discuss about the computes and all. We discuss about how the physical machines looks like. Okay, and we discuss about the difference similarity between the computer and the server. And we discuss about the differences between the computer and the server. Okay, and we discuss what is cloud computing, how it works in the real world. Okay, so this is how the data centers looks like. Okay, it will have a racks of machines which are having of highest configurations. Let's say for 230 gig of RAM will be there, and the higher configurations of the CPU counts and all will be there in this. We discuss about the variable capitals, economical, right? So let's start from here actually. We discuss about the public, private, and hybrid also we discussed. Okay, fine. So till now we discuss about what is public, private, and hybrid. So let's discuss the differences between how we can differentiate these types of clouds actually. Okay. So coming to the cost, the public is a cost effective. Okay. And coming to the private, it is very, very expensive. Okay. The reason is you have to maintain it and you have to start it from the scratch to end. So you are the solo ownership for that. You have to pay everything for it. And coming to the hybrid, it is also an expensive one because you have to manage both public and the private, right? So it is a little bit expensive. Coming to the security, depending upon the cloud providers, the security varies. And coming to the private, it is more secure because you are the only one who are taking care of that. And the hybrid is also secure one because it will have both public and the private in it. Okay. Coming to the scalability, scalability means increasing the resources as per the workload. Okay, so public is highly scalable because you don't have any limitations. Suppose you want a 2 GB RAM of instances, you will create it today. But after one day, you want to increase it to 4 GB, that is also fine. So it is like a sequential chain. So whatever the scalability you want, the cloud will simply provide as per the payments and all. Okay, so that is the feature of using the public. Coming to the private, it is limited because the infrastructure is created by you. You have paid the money for it and everything is ready. But now if you want to increase the configuration, then you have to make a procurement procedures. Okay, so to get a required configuration machines, it will take at least 4 days or 3 days to come from the factory. Then for assembly it will take 2 days, then working and monitoring will take around 2 more days. So almost a 1 week will be there to establish to or to increase the scalability of the private cloud. Okay, so it will have the costing, it will waste the time of the customers, right? So that is what the limitation for the private. Coming to the hybrid, hybrid is highly scalable with the right architecture. Yes, it is because hybrid is a combination of both public and the private. So as per the requirement, they can increase their scalability and availability of the cloud for the instances. Accessibility. Public is accessible to everyone because everyone whoever wants to access, they can simply click www.aws.com or AWS console or whatever the cloud they want. Okay, and private is limited to the specific users only because it is managed by the company and all the resources which are there are managed by them only. So all the thing will be in a secured manner actually. Okay, and coming to the hybrid, it is medium because it will have the private cloud also, so there is some limitations on it. Okay, now coming to the maintenance, public is very, very low The reason is you have to just pay for your resource, and apart from that, everything will be managed by the cloud provider. Okay, you don't need to maintain the current supplies, or you don't need to buy the resources for it. No, these are all headaches are managed by the public cloud providers only. Okay. And coming to the maintenance for the private, it is highly expensive because we or a client has to bear their own data centers. So the billings will be huge in this case. Okay. And coming to the hybrid, it will be also in the medium phase. Okay. As per the requirement, the maintenance varies. Okay. And coming to the shared resources. Shared resources means whatever the infrastructure is created, the servers, the network, the storages, that will be shared by the multiple clients. They will not share the data for sure. Remember that. The data is highly secured. Okay. There will be no threat in it. And coming to it is very, very less. Okay. So there will be multi-tenants, shared services will be there. Okay. Coming to the private, it is like on-premises private servers. So no other companies can come and access those private clouds because they are the solo responsible for it. Okay. And hybrid, as we know, it's a mixed combination. Okay. So coming to the ownership, for the public, the cloud provider is the owner. The cloud providers available in the market right now are AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, GPT, and Oracle Cloud. So these are the clouds which are available for usage. Okay, and these are the owners of it. For the private, company will be the organization head for it. So they are the solo owners of it. And hybrid also managed by the organizations. All right. Okay, so the examples for the public, private, and hybrid are AWS, GCP, Azure, IBM, as we discussed, are the public. Coming to the private, you will have VMware, HPE, Dell, and OpenStack. And coming to the hybrid, you will have Rackspace, VMware, Cisco, IBM. Okay, so friends, any doubts, please let me. Okay, we got some rise. Bala Krishna. Sorry, I haven't heard it. Yeah, Bala, you can speak now.
What does this GCP means? GCP.
GCP is Google Cloud Practitioner, means like AWS provides the cloud service. In the same way, Google is also having its own cloud service providers. Actually.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so they also provide these kind of services to all. There are many companies which are using GCP also in the market. Currently, they were low, but now they are the good competitors in the cloud platform. Actually.
Okay, got it. Got it. Understand.
Yeah, thank you.
Google.
Yes, yes, it is a Google Cloud Practitioner.
Practice. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So any more doubts, friends, in these differences? No, right? Okay. Let's go to the next part of the slide. Okay. So we discussed about the IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, SaaS, right? So let's go into the introduction level for this. Okay. Just for briefing, I'm discussing these topics. Okay. So in infrastructure as service, a cloud service provider owns and manages the hardware upon which your software stack runs. That includes servers, networking, and storage. Infrastructure as a service means, see, the cloud is there. Okay. So you are using the services of the cloud, let's say for Azure or let's say for AWS. Okay. So these here, what you're doing, you're paying the money for it and you are using the instances and all for that. Okay. So what you're doing is you are using the resources of the providers. So the infrastructure is already created, okay, but you want to use those services. So this is known as infrastructure as a service, okay. And under the SaaS IaaS model, your IT team manages operating systems, database, application functionalities, and all of your organization data. See, infrastructure as a service, what happens is once you buy the IaaS, okay, you have your own engineering team. You will have your own AWS team. AWS administrator, AWS consultant, and AWS architects will be there who will manages this infrastructure as a service, or they will manages this cloud. In the real world, what happens is this is what happens. Okay, so whatever the works or activities comes related to the AWS, this way people will pitch in or jump into the issue and resolve it. Okay, so they will have the Windows team also will be there, Linux team will be there, DB team will be there, storage team will be there. These are all the verticals which are available to manage this infrastructure as a service. Okay, so almost 5 to 6 teams will be there to manage this infrastructure as a service. Okay, so the IaaS providers are, as we know, discuss AWS is there, Google Compute Engineering is also there, as our one of the friend asked, right? GCP, and you will have a Microsoft Azure also. Okay, so this is what the infrastructure as a service means. Okay, now there comes platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service is also similar to IaaS. Okay, it provides the operating systems also and the database also. See, infrastructure as a service provides the physical machine. For example, I will take a simple example. You go to the hardware shop or computer shop, you buy a laptop. Okay, so that is known as infrastructure as a service. You buy the hardware part. Okay, but now you have to communicate with the computer. Okay, computer only understands binary language 1 and 0, and the user cannot sit and try to communicate with the computer in the form of a binary number. That is highly time taking and impossible. Okay, so to eradicate this communication issue, the platform will come into this picture, that is called as an OS. Okay, so OS will come and they will help to integrate the communication between the computer and as well as the user. Okay, so this is what the platform says, a meaning of it. Okay, the database will be there. So these are all the platforms where you work with your hardware. Okay, for this also the user is responsible for the data functionalities and all. Okay, so this is called as a platform as a service. So coming to the AWS, there are few services are there which is called as an Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, it is a platform which provide to run your applications and run your OSs and all. Okay, right. So let's go to the next one, that is software as a service. Software as a services means the services which are they provide in a software level. Let's say for example CRM is there. CRM is nothing but a ticketing tool. What the ticketing tool does? Ticketing tool does is a user will raise a ticket and telling that the system is performing low. That ticket will come to the engineering team and they will check it from their end. So it is like a tool where a user or an engineer will raise the ticket and share their issues, and that issues will be troubleshooted and resolved. So for that purpose, the CRM is comes into the picture. There are various kinds of CRMs available in the market. At the starting, there was their BMC Remedy. Okay, that was the first CRM tool which used a long ago. Now also they are using it. Now there are new CRMs are coming. Let's say for example, Salesforce is there. Yes, ServiceNow is there, which is running quite high now. Okay, so these are the software as a service. Okay, so this is also provided. You have to buy the license for it and everything. Okay, so this is called as a software as a service. Bare metal as a service means, I will tell you what it is. Some enterprise feel uneasy about migrating the workload to the virtualized cloud environment. that shares with others. Okay. So here, for example, let's say I am a traditional owner of a company. I don't want anyone to touch my personal machines. Okay. My team and I should have a rights to use it. Okay. So for that also the AWS has provided this option, like they will keep your system safe. Nobody will touch it. Only you will have a rights to access those machines. But the maintenance is done by the AWS only. Okay. And single resources will not be used by third party. That is a solo one, and he is a solo proprietor for that resource. So that is called as a bare metal as a service, BMaaS. Okay. So an alternative for IaaS PaaS is bare metal as a service. It provides a way for enterprise to complement virtualization and cloud services with a dedicated server environment with the same agility, scalability, and efficiency as a cloud. PEMAS is a great choice for enterprise that needs to perform short-term or data intensive. Okay, so you want to set up a short-term project, the BaaS will be BMaaS is the best option. And if your data is very sensitive, then BMaaS is the best option for it. I am not telling the AWS cloud is not safe. Those are also 100% safe while protecting the data. Okay. So till now we discussed what is cloud and etc. Let's discuss about the virtualization. How many of you know about virtualization term? Mhm. So how many don't? Okay, I got some chat once again. Okay, fine. Anyone, friends, anyone who knows about virtualization? No, right? Okay, fine. So there are two types of virtualization, hardware virtualization and software virtualization. Okay, let me show you in the pictorial way actually. Okay, for suppose, let's say you went to the shop, okay, and you have buy one laptop, okay. Okay, so you are the only user of it, okay. So I will work on this, okay. So if I when I am available, that will be used. When I am not available, the system will be off. So what is happening here? This hardware is consumed by only one user. Okay. For suppose, let's say, for suppose. So there is like another user is there. He also buys the same machine. Right. If you think in an organization, suppose 10 users are there. Okay. And you have to provide a laptop for everyone. They have to provide the resources also. What happening here is you're buying the hardware for every kind of usage. Okay. So this is the tradition which we used to follow. So what happens if, for example, I will buy one hardware with a big configuration, let's say about uh, this is a RAM of around like 260 GB. Okay. Now what I do is I'll go to the virtualization and I will set up the virtualization. It's basically a software. Okay. Virtualization is a software. Okay. So what this virtualization do is you can create multiple machines on this. Go to this place, okay. See here, the hardware is okay, fine. And in that, the hypervisor is nothing but a virtualization. Okay. What this hypervisor do is, based on hardware, he has created almost 3 VMs. That's 3 machines on a single machine is created. Okay, which is in virtualized way. So what happens here is, for 3 machines, you don't need to buy 3 machines. He's simply taken the hardware, set up the virtualization platform, created the VMs on it, install the OS on it, and then the different applications are using it. So on a single hardware, almost it has enhanced their usage by adding the hypervisor. Okay, so this is what the virtualization does. Means it will increase the usability of the hardware resources, basically. Okay, so in the same way for the software level also same. They will get a hardware, install the OS, and install the hypervisor on it. VMs will be there, a guest OS will be installed, and the users can be used for this. Okay. So one of the famous virtualization platform is VMware. Okay. They have totally changed the perspective of the virtualization. It is still running, right? So still the organizations are following this virtualization platform if they don't want to go with the cloud. Okay. So this is what I thought to discuss with you today. So friends, any doubts in this? Please let me know. No doubts? All right. Okay. Till now we discuss about the technical stuff. Let's directly step into the AWS. Okay. So how the AWS console or how the AWS website looks. This is how the AWS looks. Okay. You can see different kind of product solutions and are there, right? So if you see, you can see in the right hand side top, sign in into the console. Okay. So you can click signing into the console. Okay. Let me log out and do it from straight from start. Okay. So this is the AWS console. Okay. We got it out. Okay. Virtual desktop interface. That is also comes into the IIS only. Because we are providing the resources, right? So that will comes into the infrastructure as a service, but it will comes into the platform as a service also, because you are establishing one VDI platform. On that you are basically what VDI is tools for remote connectivity, okay, which got very famous during the COVID time. Okay, so it comes under platform as a service also. Okay, basically it comes on platform as a service where you can use the resources or you can communicate to the server with the help of a VDI. Okay. Is it fine, Anurag? Or okay, fine. Thanks, Anurag. Okay. So this is how the AWS console looks. You select signing into the console. Okay. Give your account name. Let's say, for example, this is my account name. And this is my mail ID. And this is the password. Enter. So this is how the AWS console look. It is same for the users, everyone. Okay, if you want to customize it, then the clients will come and customize in their own way. But most of the part, this is the only structure the web page looks for the AWS. Okay, right? So this is how you log in into it. Okay, and you can see there are various services available in front of you, which we discuss in the course also. EC2 is there, DynamoDB is there, RDS is there, EFS is also there, S3 is there, VPCs is there. You can see the email services there. Route 53 is also there. right? So these are all the services which the AWS provides. If you want more, go to the top left hand side, click services. Here you can see many services available here. Compute is there, containerization is there, as few friends ask about it, right? So they have developer tools also, database is also there. You can do the gaming development also. If anyone interested, you can do IoT also in this. So it's a single window to manage multiple services. Okay, that is the beauty of using the cloud actually. Not it is bound to AWS. Azure will also have same kind of console and all. GCP will also have same kind of infra and all. Okay. If you're unable to get the information of the services here, you can search from here also, Omni search. Okay. Say EC2. A little bit low. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let me check if any issue is there. With me. Let me check why the system is slow. Okay, there was some issue with the Chrome. Okay, I close it and open it. Right. So we came back to the same page. We can type EC2 here. See how fast it is. This is EC2. You click the EC2 instance here. So like that, you can search from the services and as well as from this bar also. So this is how the AWS use. One thing I want to share you and please note it down that whenever you use any services, use it and after practice immediately delete it. Okay. So the services are chargeable in this. For the first 1 year, it is free, but only few services are free. Okay. Not all services are free. So whatever you create a services, whatever services you use it, you learn it, you practice it, and then immediately delete it. Okay. So that your billing will stop. Okay. For example, you create one server, use it, work it on, stop it, and then terminate it so that the whole system will go deleted. Okay. Otherwise, the billing will comes for it. Okay. So I have seen like I have also got the same issue. We create one services, we use it, we practice it, we're gonna forget it next day. And the bill will come as high in a month ending. So be cautious while using the services in the AWS. I will update you regularly during the sessions also. Okay. So this is how the AWS console looks. So friends, any doubts in this? Okay, we got it out here. One of my friend. Yes, I will tell that, Lakshmi. I will tell that in the next sessions, like how to create. I will share you that everything. We will work together to create this account and all. Today we are just going with the brief introductions for this actually, so that you will get used to it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Okay. Any more doubts, friends? You can ask any question. If you think it's silly, don't feel like that. We can ask anything. Nobody will here to judge you what kind of questions you are asking. Okay. Be free and open. Okay. If I don't know the answer, I will try to get it out by tomorrow or day after tomorrow to search and to know about it. Okay. All right. No doubts. Okay. That's great. Mhm. Okay. Let me share that link actually. I forgotten to share that because it will be easy for you to communicate with the team actually. So please go through this and join this WhatsApp group, and whatever you have a doubts, they will help you and sort it out that. Okay.